Hey guys, I am Wendy Ellin, the Workplace Productivity Strategist, coming to you straight from Atlanta, Georgia. So everybody always asks me, how did I get into this crazy business, right? There's no college degree for what I do. There's no college major for what I do. I am one of 5 children. It's a blended family, sort of like the Brady Bunch, only we're missing one girl. So my mother, who had 2 children, married my stepdad, who had 3, and together we became 5. However, when my mother was 28 years old, she had 5 children, ages 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Holy Mother of God. It was one cray-cray kind of upbringing. And what I got, because my mother had rules for everything, and I mean everything, I got that being organized was not only her jam, but it was eventually going to be mine. I had no choice. Everything had a place, everything had to be in its place, and so because of the way I was raised, I took those skills into my adult life when I went to corporate America and was in the radio advertising business for many, many years. And I realized that I was successful not because I was so good at what I did, but because I had a certain sense of order in my head. And that played out in my everyday life. So 2000, I'm ready to get out of the radio business because I've just had enough. And I wanted to do something where I could use my natural talent because I didn't want to go back to school, and I wanted to help people. And I realized that I had a gift, and that gift was getting things done in a way that served me well. And I figured if I could help others do the same, I was giving back to the world, and I was using a natural talent. So I wound up buying a business back in 2000 called the 25th Hour, which was a personal concierge service. Basically, need an extra hour in your day, you hire me and I run your life. And I did that for many years, and I hated it. I was just enabling a lot of busy, wealthy, crazy people to let me run their life because they didn't know how to do it themselves. And that's when I realized if I flopped the model of my business, and instead of you paying me to run your life, you pay me to teach you how to run your own life, you don't actually have to pay me anymore. And that's when my business exploded. I wound up spending many, many years traveling on an international stage with a signature talk called Your Success is Under Your Mess. And I was getting people in an audience to raise their hand and say, tell me more, oh my God, you're talking about me and I need your help. And so until March 16th of 2020, when the world came to a screeching halt, including my international travel business, that's how I was growing my business. Now, more than ever, the world needs to know how to work at home. Because for now and the foreseeable future, that's what the new reality looks like. Including myself, who's been working out of my house for the last 20 years, and all of a sudden on March 16th, the car pulls up, and out comes my husband, moving in his entire office. Oh my God, WTF. What are you bringing home? And that's when the cray-cray started in my own home. Everybody that worked with me always used to comment almost in a negative way about how I was so organized. I remember at the radio station, the last radio station I worked at, whenever anybody was hired, the last place they took them on the office tour was Wendy Ellin's cubicle, because they wanted to show them how somebody who was successful because of the way they operated set up their space. And everybody used to make fun of me and laugh at me because I never had anything on my desk except what I was working on that minute. That's what made sense to me. It didn't make sense to me to have all the shit I had going on in my life spread out in front of me to stress me out, to remind me of all the shit I had going on in my life, right? I only had what I was working on right now. I'm only drinking this coffee right now. So I only want to be holding this coffee cup right now. So that is the kind of the reputation that I had in the office world. I still have people to this day that I worked with 30 years ago that get on Facebook and say, this woman is the real deal, because they worked with me and they saw. And I always honored my word. I have this thing about honoring my word. I have this thing about delivering what I say I'm going to deliver, and if I can't do it, you're going to hear from me. It's just how I'm wired.